It all began with the sound of a bell. Do you hear it? In 1996, in rural Nova Scotia, Canada, a group lived quietly isolated from the modern world. They believed the apocalypse was near and only they would be saved. They called themselves True Orthodox. While they appeared like a sect on the outside, inside, they were a cult. This is the story of the True Orthodox cult. Part 1. The Foundation. It all began with a bell. 1982, a former Russian priest named Father Alexei came to America. His wife, Irina, and their 2 sons joined him. Soon they moved to the wilderness of British Columbia. Father Alexei cut himself off from society, claiming the outside world was decadent. He and his family built cabins and began to live according to the Old Testament. As time went by, other people interested in what he was doing. People who were tired of the hustle and bustle of big city life started showing up at Father Alexei's compound. He welcomed them. Alexei taught that the church had gone bad, that traditional religious rituals had become meaningless. He attracted those who felt lost, offering them comfort and structure. Over the years, they grew in number, convinced that Alexei was a prophet chosen by God. He told his followers that the apocalypse was approaching, and the only way to avoid the end of the world was to join him in his settlement in British Columbia. Part 2. Cult Life. By 1996, the community had grown to about 30 people, all led by Father Alexei. They relocated to the isolated woods of Nova Scotia. Their goal: to live according to Alexei's interpretation of the Bible. The settlement was self-sufficient, growing its own food and generating its own electricity. Members were completely cut off from the outside world. They were not allowed to watch TV, read newspapers, or use the internet. The community was deeply patriarchal, with women expected to cook, clean, and take care of the children while men worked the land and made repairs. Members had to give up their possessions before joining the community, and all property was held in common. Following Alexei's teachings, members believed he was a prophet and the community's leader. They followed his every word, viewing him as an almost mythical figure. Alexei also attracted many young families to the community, promising them a pure life guided by God. However, life in the settlement was far from idyllic. Members lived in poverty, often sleeping on mattresses on the floor. Clothing was scarce, and they had to rely on donations from outsiders. Despite this, members remained committed to their beliefs and saw their austere lifestyle as a necessary sacrifice. But as the sun set over the horizon, another side of life within the True Orthodox community emerged. Members alleged that Alexei used his power to control them, demanding absolute obedience and punishing those who questioned his authority. As the community grew, so did Alexei's paranoia. He believed that the outside world was watching them and took extreme measures to hide their activities. Members were forbidden to speak to outsiders, and visitors were closely monitored. Alexei also kept weapons on site, which he used to threaten members who tried to leave. He told them that if they left, he would kill them. Part 3. The Vanishing Children. The isolation of the True Orthodox community and its members' strict adherence to its principles raised concerns among locals. Villagers reported strange noises and sightings of children wandering in the forest. As rumors spread, law enforcement officials became involved, trying to determine if the community was hiding something more sinister. A local farmer once spotted a girl crying in a field. When he approached her, she quickly ran away. Another time, a hunter heard screams in the woods and found a boy sitting on a log. When he asked the child what happened, the boy replied that he was waiting for his father to return from work. When the hunter inquired about his mother, the boy stated that she was inside. Concerned about the child's welfare, the hunter notified authorities. Despite these reports, access to the community remained restricted due to Alexei's tight security. One day, 3 children vanished without a trace, sparking a massive manhunt. Investigators discovered disturbing evidence of abuse and neglect within the community, leading to speculation that the children had been kidnapped by outsiders. However, as the investigation progressed, a different theory emerged. Could the True Orthodox community be hiding more than just its secrets? Part 4. Raid and Dispersion. After 3 children disappeared from the true Orthodox community, suspicion fell on Father Alexei. With the help of an informant, authorities managed to bug one of the buildings where they believed the children were being held captive. What they heard was disturbing. They heard the children crying and Father Alexei yelling at them. A warrant was obtained and a raid was conducted. But when officers entered the building, they found no one. Apparently, someone had tipped off the community. They had vanished. The only thing the police found was a note that read, "The kingdom of God will be established upon those who are purified." In the end, they found 8 people. Where were the rest? Where were the children? The community had disbanded. Its members scattered across Canada and Russia. The case remains unsolved to this day. Part 5. Is it still going on today? Years after the raid, some believe that Father Alexei had reformed his ways and resurfaced as a charismatic leader of a new spiritual movement. Followers claim that the teachings were similar to those of the true Orthodox Church. Could this be the same group operating under a new name? Or were the teachings of Father Alexei still alive in the hearts of his former followers? The debate continues to this day. Some believe that Father Alexei and his followers are still out there, somewhere practicing their strange and sinister rituals. Others believe that the true Orthodox Church was a one-off event that will never be repeated. But the truth is, we may never know for sure. Some people even claim that Father Alexei has written books about his experiences in the wilderness. And some claim that he is now living in a remote part of Alaska. But there is no concrete evidence to support any of these claims. Father Alexei's whereabouts remain unknown. And the mystery surrounding his disappearance only adds to the intrigue of the true Orthodox Church. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of the true Orthodox Church is the question of what really happened to the missing children. Was Father Alexei involved in their disappearance, or were they simply lost in the vast wilderness of Canada? Again, there is no concrete evidence to answer this question, and the mystery surrounding their disappearance has only added to the legend of the true Orthodox Church. For some, the true Orthodox Church is nothing more than a bizarre footnote in the history of cults, while others see it as a cautionary tale of what can happen when a charismatic leader takes advantage of the vulnerable. Whatever the truth may be, the legacy of the true Orthodox Church lives on in the hearts and minds of those who are affected by it. And perhaps that is the most terrifying part of all.